Stop arguing with me. Why won't you just listen? Does that sound familiar? Well, defiance in children can feel frustrating and even overwhelming, but sometimes without realizing it, our responses as parents can either escalate the problem or even make the children become more defiant. Now, here are 5 common mistakes that parents make that actually make defiance worse and what you can do instead. My name is Sandra Oluwadare. I'm a parenting coach and a child development consultant and the founder of Winning in Parenting. Now, the first mistake parents make is to overreact to their children's behavior. And how do you do this? How do you overreact? You raise your voice, you show frustration, and you react emotionally to their defiance. Now, why does this make things worse? When children see you losing control, it reinforces their behavior or escalates the power struggle. So, for example, your child refuses to clean their room and then you begin to shout, "You would never listen. You never listen. You are always doing this." When you do that, you are going to get them to even decide not to clean their room at all. So, what do you do instead? You want to take a deep breath, stay calm, and respond firmly but without anger. Remember, we are not excusing bad behavior, but you need to ensure that you are not responding with anger. But please respond firmly. "I see you don't want to clean your room right now. Let's talk about it." Or, "I see you don't want to clean your room right now. Why is that so? You know you need to clean your room," right? You can say something like that instead of, getting out of control. Now, the second mistake you must not make to make a child's defiance worse is to jump straight to consequences without addressing the root cause of the problem. Why does this make things worse? Your child may feel misunderstood or even resentful, leading to even more defiance. A child does something, you have not asked why the child did it. You have not tried to figure out what could have been the problem. You're just jumping into conclusion. You're just doling out consequences on the child. What this does is that this child is going to feel misunderstood. Well, my mom never listens to me. She never wants to hear my side of the story. And the child may have a good reason, good reason in quotes, for behaving that way. So, for example, if a child refuses to do their homework, you just come in and you conclude, "You're so lazy. I don't know why you don't like doing your homework." Why don't you take some time out to ask the child, "Are you struggling in any area? Is it that you don't understand this assignment, or what exactly could be the problem?" Right? Ask them, what is making it hard for you to start your homework, right? And then find a way to work together on a solution. The third mistake you must not make so that you don't get your child to be more defiant is to say things like, "Why can't you be more like your sibling? Why can't you be like this person?" You're comparing the child to other people, other children. This is so wrong. This is all shades of wrong, right? Because comparison makes children feel inadequate. And guess what? When they feel inadequate, they are going to become defensive. And it's like you're pushing them to begin to rebel more. So, for example, you're like, "Your sister always does her chores without complaining. Why can't you do your chores without complaining?" When you do that, you are only encouraging that child to be more rebellious and to even stop doing those chores you want him to do. So what can you do instead? Focus on the child's strength. "I know you're good at solving problems. So how can we figure this out together? What can we do to ensure that you enjoy doing your chores?" Right? "Is there any problem you'd like us to talk about? Let us think through this together," right? You're opening up the child to begin to think critically and to problem solve. And before you know what's going on, you have come up with a solution. The fourth mistake you shouldn't make as a parent is to micromanage every choice and not give these children a voice. How? How do we do this? When you micromanage your child's life, you are making things worse. The children will begin to push back when they feel their independence is being stifled. And this leads to defiance because they are trying to assert control. So you're always trying to do stuff for them. You're always telling them what to do. Even the things they can think of themselves, you are just telling them everything, micromanaging their lives. Guess what will happen? They'll begin to push back because they're looking for autonomy. They're looking for ways to, be independent, to stand up for themselves because they're already self-aware, right? So when you do all those things, they see that you're trying to stifle their independence and they begin to become defiant. So what do you do instead? Offer choices like, do you want to do your homework after you've eaten lunch or before you eat lunch? When do you want to go out to play? Do you want to wear your red shoes or your black shoes, right? Little choices that they can make that are age appropriate. Give them the opportunity to make these choices. That is one way you can help your child stop being defiant. And then the fifth mistake that parents make that make their children become defiant is giving into their demands or threats when they test limits. So you are giving into your child's demands. The child is not supposed to have a drink. The child is not supposed to have screen time. But because they're throwing a tantrum or they're feeling bad, they're crying, you now begin to give in. Let me tell you why this is such a huge mistake. Inconsistent boundaries will confuse your child and teach them that defiance can get them what they want. Inconsistent boundaries will teach the child that if they cry like this or cry like that, or begin to sulk or make a fuss, they will get what they want. So for example, you say, no more TV until your homework is done. But then, because they whine or they argue or they throw a tantrum, you let them watch TV even before they do their homework. So what can you do instead? Be consistent. Stick to your boundaries calmly and firmly, even if they protest. Let me tell you something that is very important. Defiance can be a cry for connection. Most times, defiance is not just about the child trying to be difficult. It is also a way your child expresses frustration. It's a way they try to assert independence. They want to let you know that, hey, I'm self-aware now. I want to be independent. It can also be a way of seeking connection, right? But when you try to avoid these mistakes that I have talked about, and when you begin to respond with empathy, you begin to respond with consistency and clear communication, you can actually turn defiance into an opportunity for growth and connection. Now, if you're feeling stuck with your child's defiance, or you just want to raise wholesome and thriving children, then you need to join my premium parenting program, the Parenting Bliss Tribe. In this tribe, you get all the support you need to raise wholesome and thriving children. Here, I'm going to walk with you for 1 whole year in your parenting journey, and we're going to be doing a lot that would help you move from where you are now to achieve the family of your dreams. So, I don't want you to second guess yourself. Click the link in the description below to get into the tribe. If you enjoyed this video, if you got value from it, I want you to tell me you loved the video in the comment section, and please share it to other parents so that they can also get value from it. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Tap the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the insightful content that I share on parenting. I am rooting for your parenting success.